Florida homebuyers are on strike and sellers are starting to panic. Homes are sitting longer, prices are dropping, and listings are piling up all across the state. Even cities like Miami, Tampa, and Orlando are getting hit. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what's causing this slowdown, why sellers are losing their minds, and I'll give you my secret tip so you can buy a house cheap. If you're thinking about buying, selling, or investing in Florida, this is the update you need to hear. Let's jump in. Listen, what's happening in Florida right now is wild. We got more homes sitting on the market than we've seen in years. And the numbers aren't slowing down. In March alone, active listings across Florida jumped nearly 6% compared to the month before. And if you zoom out a little, it's even more shocking. Year over year, listings are up 34%. That's 177,000 homes just sitting, waiting for somebody to buy. That's the most we've seen since 2016. So yeah, this isn't just a little bump in the road. This is a major shift. In the Tampa, Clearwater, St. Petersburg area, where I live, where you'd usually expect homes to fly off the market, they saw a 5.8% increase in active listings in 1 month. Now up to 18,000 homes on the market. Miami's sitting on over 50,000 listings, up 4.4%, and Orlando, almost 13,300 listings with a 3.9% increase. That means there's thousands of homes that are not getting sold. What's interesting is this surge brings us right back to pre-pandemic inventory levels. So in a way, it's like the Florida market is resetting, but there's one big difference. Back then, demand was strong. Now, buyers aren't showing up. And the ones who are looking, they're in no rush. They're shopping around, they're lowballing offers, and they're not jumping just because a house is listed. And honestly, I don't blame them. People are tired of paying top dollar for homes that aren't worth it. They're not going to be pressured into overpaying anymore. This is why guys like Wolf Richter, CEO of Wolf Wall Street Corp, are saying buyers are on strike. It's not that they don't want a home, it's that they're done playing by the old rules. They're sending a message: drop the prices, fix the hidden costs, or we're not buying. And sellers are starting to lose their minds. Price cuts are everywhere. Homes that used to fly off the market in a weekend, now they're sitting for weeks, even months. And the longer they sit, the more desperate sellers get. That's when the slashing starts. Not because they want to, but because they have no choice. Inventory's climbing and the market's shifting fast. Just a year or two ago, you'd list a house on Friday, hold an open house on Saturday, and have 10 offers by Sunday night. That game's done. Today, cue the crickets. No calls, no showings, no offers. After weeks on the market, reality's setting in. Sellers are realizing they've got to get real and get real fast. Across the state, home prices are dropping hard. The median price per square foot is down 11% since the peak in May 2023. The overall median listing price is down 17% from the high in 2022. And it's not just a little dip here and there. This is happening all over. In Miami, prices are down almost 4%. Orlando's down nearly 5%. Even St. Pete saw a 3% drop. It's not a fluke. This is a market reset. Sellers are slowly waking up to the fact that today's buyers aren't biting unless the deal makes sense. Wolf Richter even said sellers are grappling with reality. And yeah, you can see it in the price cuts. When demand dries up, but listings keep rising, sellers either adjust or they get burned. Simple as that. And don't get fooled by stats like Tampa being up 3% year over year. That's the listing price, not the price people are actually paying. Homes are getting negotiated down big time. That's how you know it's a soft market. Sellers are listing high, but they're walking away with less. And if your home isn't updated, good luck. Today's buyers don't want a project, they want move-in ready. So if you're trying to sell a house that hasn't been touched since 2003, you're gonna have a rough time. Even little stuff matters. Cracked tiles, old ceiling fans, weird paint colors. Buyers notice it all. And the minute they spot something off, they start mentally chopping dollars off their offer. Here's a little local proof out of my hood. My neighbor just sold his house in 9 days. Why? It's fully renovated in a non-flood zone and priced right. That's what people want, and that's what actually sells. Meanwhile, Average homes with average updates, they're sitting because buyers today are picky, cautious, and totally in control. And pricing, man, if you don't get that right from the start, you're toast. This isn't 2021. You can't just guess high and hope. Homes that sit too long go stale, and people start to wonder what's wrong with it. So the smart move, list it at a fair price from day one and make your house the one people fight over instead of avoid. But here's the real reason buyers are on strike and sitting on the sidelines, even with more homes popping up and prices starting to dip. Owning a home in Florida is still just way too expensive. It's not just about the listing price anymore. It's the whole package. And when people look at what it's really going to cost them every month, they're backing off. Start with mortgage rates. Even though they dipped a little bit, we're still hovering around 6.5%. That's double what people were paying just a couple years ago. When you're looking at a $400,000 house, that interest rate jump can add hundreds of dollars to your monthly payment. That alone is enough to scare off a ton of buyers. Then you got insurance, and this is where Florida's really struggling. The state's been working on getting more insurance providers in the state of Florida, but it's a slow process. Insurance probably starts out around $2,000 a year on an average home in a non-flood zone. I pay around $2,800 a year for mine, which is up $200 from last year. That's a big deal to a lot of people. And let's not forget the HOA fees, property taxes, and all the regular upkeep. You add all that up, and even a house with a lower sticker price starts to feel out of reach. And look, people aren't dumb. They're watching the news. Florida got blasted with hurricanes last year, and that's got a lot of buyers second-guessing their plans. Even people who are ready to move here are pumping the brakes. They're wondering, is it worth it? Am I going to get wiped out by a storm and then pay thousands just to clean it all up? It's a real fear, and it's keeping wallets closed. So yeah, home prices might have dropped a little bit, but the true cost of owning still hasn't come down enough to make people jump. And until that changes, until mortgage rates come down, insurance gets fixed, and storms stop scaring people off, a lot of buyers are just gonna keep waiting. They'll rent a little bit longer, they'll hold on to their cash, because right now the numbers just don't work. And here's the truth, Florida created this mess itself by being too damn sexy. People decided they were sick of living in a crappy state and wanted to come down and live in paradise. It all started with the pandemic and remote work. Back in 2020 and 21, I remember being stuck in Michigan, locked inside while watching people on the news enjoying the beach and sunshine in Florida. You know what Florida had that most other states didn't? A governor who actually believed in freedom. Offices were shut down, everyone was stuck at home, and people in high-cost places like New York and California started asking themselves, why am I paying all this money to live here when I can work from anywhere? And guess where they went? Florida. We got it all. Sunshine, no state income tax, more space, and home prices that were way cheaper at the time. It looked like paradise. People poured in, demand exploded, and builders couldn't throw houses up fast enough. The market went nuts. We had bidding wars, all cash offers, homes selling in a matter of days. It was wild, in a good way. Florida ended up building more homes than almost any other state in the country, second only to Texas. Florida was booming, but now that wave is slowing down, big time. A lot of those remote jobs are gone. Companies are calling people back into the office. That work from the beach lifestyle isn't an option for everybody anymore. So guess what? That steady stream of out-of-state buyers has dried up. Builders are still building, but the people just aren't coming like they used to. And that's a problem. At the same time, we got something else going on. Buyers backing out. Florida has 2 of the top 5 highest home sale cancellation rates in the country. Orlando saw an 18.2% cancellation rate, and Jacksonville wasn't far behind at 17.8%. That means nearly 1 in 5 deals are falling apart. Think about that. Someone finds a home, gets it under contract, and then walks away before closing. That's not normal. Why are they bailing? It could be a few reasons. Some people lose their financing. Others get cold feet when they see prices drop on similar homes nearby. Some get scared off by the inspection. And let's not forget, with all the storms and insurance drama in Florida, people are nervous. One bad headline and they're out. And the truth is, a lot of buyers feel burned by the market over the last few years. They dealt with bidding wars, waived inspections, sky-high prices, And now they're watching those same homes lose value. So yeah, they're hesitant. They don't trust this market yet. Even showings are down. People just aren't walking through doors like they used to. The bottom line, the demand that once drove this whole boom is fading. We're not seeing a crash, but we're definitely seeing a correction, which is a good thing, really. It's getting prices back down to normal in Florida. Now, if you're a buyer, this is a huge deal for you. Right now, the power's in your hands, not the sellers. You're holding all the cards, and if you play it right, you can score a killer deal in this market. If you follow this advice and my tips, you're gonna have a serious edge over everyone else still out there fumbling around. First thing, get a good realtor. And I'm not talking about your cousin who just got their license and wants to try it out. I mean a pro, someone who's been through tough markets before and knows how to negotiate. You want a shark, not a sponge. A good agent knows where the deals are and how to sniff out the sellers that are getting desperate. Now, here's the move that gives you the edge. Tell your realtor to set you up on a 30 days on market search. What that does is alert you every time a house has been sitting for a month with no offers. Why does that matter? Because once a listing hits 30 days with no bites, sellers start sweating. Because the first thought buyers have when they see a house sitting for that long is, what's wrong with it? And sellers know that, so they get nervous. That's when they're ready to deal. Right now, the median days on market is 75, according to Redfin. So at 30 days, you're not even late to the party. You're early. You're catching the moment sellers go from hopeful to anxious. Maybe they've already dropped the price once. Maybe they've had a bunch of showings but no offers. That's when they're most likely to accept a low offer just to get it sold and move on. And here's the best part. There's way less competition for these listings. No bidding wars, no 10 offer weekends. You're walking into a market where buyers are few and sellers are losing patience. That's the perfect setup to negotiate a below asking offer, maybe even get them to cover some closing costs or throw in extras just to seal the deal. You don't even need to get fancy. Just be bold. Make your offer, ask for what you want, and the worst they can say is no. But most of the time, if that house has been sitting and they haven't had any action, they're gonna listen. They want out, and you're the lifeline. So if you're looking to score a great deal in Florida right now, don't wait for the perfect house to pop up on day one of its listing. Go hunting for the ones that have been hanging around for a while. That's where the real deals are hiding, and that's how smart buyers get deals in this market. I say it all the time, Florida is paradise, and there's brand new houses and apartment buildings going up every month in my city of St. Pete. People want to live here. Hell, people make TikTok videos about this place, and I get to live here. But if you're waiting for the news to tell you it's the right time to buy in Florida, you're already too late. The media doesn't lead the market, it follows it. By the time they're saying, now's the time to buy, the best deals will already be gone, and you'll be stuck competing with a shitload of other buyers. Now, this is when you gotta think like an investor. The smartest moves happen when everyone else is sitting on the sidelines, nervous and unsure. Right now, sellers are cutting prices, deals are sitting, and buyers have the power. That's your window. The headlines might not be screaming opportunity yet, but the numbers are. You don't need permission to make a smart move. Bottom line, this isn't a housing crash, it's a shift in power. For the first time in a while, buyers are in control. They're done overpaying, done playing the bidding war game, and now sellers are chasing them. If you're selling, price it right or get ignored. If you're buying, this is the best shot you've had in years to get a good deal. Listen, I got a ton of more tips in this next video for people looking to snag a Florida house cheap right now. Prices are dropping, deals are popping up, and smart buyers are already making moves. Click here and I'll see you there.